going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show. And today I want to share with you 3 different prison-related news stories. We're going to run through these stories really quick. And I feel like all of these stories correlate with the passing of this recent Super Bowl that just recently passed. And speaking of this most recent Super Bowl, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. I really don't like that team. I wanted to see San Francisco win, but I'm just a hater, and you can't knock greatness. Patrick Mahomes, that entire team, Andy Reid, their coaching staff, they deserved that Super Bowl win, so a major kudos to them. It was also awesome seeing Tom Brady and Bill Belichick flex with the Super Bowl rings at that game as well. And I know at least one person is probably wondering to themselves, Joe, how are you going to tie in some prison-related news stories to Super Bowl 54? And folks, I'm going to get to that. But one thing that I want to mention also really quick that I found interesting, I didn't even know this at all. It's in relation to the Kansas City Chiefs. It's completely prison-related. But did you know that the safety for the Kansas City Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu, did you know that his father is currently in prison? Now, I don't know what his father is in prison for. You're probably like, Joe, what does that even matter? The man is a Super Bowl champ now. Hold on. Wait a minute. I want to share with you guys how I learned about this in a really awesome tweet that this dude, Tyrann Mathieu, tweeted after winning the Super Bowl. And he said, I can't wait until my dad calls me from prison. I know they turned in there. Hunt's Correctional Facility, and I know every last TV was on the game and everybody in there was rooting for us. We did it. I'm going to be honest with you, that was a really awesome tweet right there. So again, a real special shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. They most certainly deserved to win that game. Jimmy Garoppolo, a little FYI for you, this is not ESPN, but did you know Jimmy Garoppolo had the lowest quarterback passer rating of any quarterback in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl? This man had a 2.8. That's like a GPA, but it wasn't. That was his passer rating. Damn, Garoppolo. No wonder why we got rid of you. Actually, I still don't understand. Folks, these 3 prison-related news stories that I want to share with you, I really strongly feel like tie in to this just recent Super Bowl 54. All 3 of these stories pertain to contraband either attempting to be smuggled into the prison or, well, actually all of them involve contraband either in prison or attempting to be smuggled into prison and that contraband being caught. Now, if you don't know what contraband is, I know we've talked about that at least 20,000 times. Contraband refers to the things in jail or prison that you ain't allowed to have. Cigarettes, cell phones, the wacky tobacco, the devil's lettuce, CBD oil. Isn't that stuff legal now? I've mentioned CBD oil at least twice in the last couple of days. I'm probably going to end up on that. So just brace yourself for the day that I do a video from this chair talking about, hey, yo, yo, God, hey, what we doing? All 3 of these stories are pretty damn crazy, folks, and we're going to start with this first one coming to us from the state of South Carolina, and the title of the story says, $60,000 in contraband found inside South Carolina prison equipment. Now, when they say $60,000 in contraband, folks, obviously they're talking about the prison value of these items versus what the store price for these items would be. If it's $60,000 in contraband, you got to imagine it's probably only like a couple of $100, maybe like $500, maybe $1,000. I don't know. $60,000 in contraband, though? They done hit El Chapo's stash. Felt like I was lisping all over that. South Carolina prison officials say they found dozens of contraband cell phones and earbuds. Ooh, they was getting the AirPods in prison, though. Boy, if you flexing with the AirPods, the earbuds without the wire, and you locked up, you balling. You the man in prison. Damn, look at that. That man don't even got the headphones. He got the earpods. That's actually what I refer to those as. I don't say AirPods. I say earpods. I always ask my wife where mine are at, and a little footnote to all of this, kind of crazy. One of my puppies just recently ate one of my earpods. I had to go digging through Puppy Dookie. I found it too. Needless to say, if we were to be doing a stress test on earpods, let me attest to the fact that they will not survive the digestive system. South Carolina prison officials found all sorts of stuff, cell phones, earpods, and more than 32 pounds of tobacco and marijuana hidden in a piece of construction equipment. Damn, 32 pounds of tobacco and marijuana. Let's just say it's 16 of each. That's a lot more than just a couple of $100. I don't know how much a pound of marijuana costs these days. See, back when I was young Joe, out there in the streets, little thug life for life, little pistol starter, ain't gonna bust a grape. A pound of marijuana, you could have got that to Reggie for about $600 to $800 if you knew the right person. Nowadays, you might need to put a down payment on a car to get you a pound. Authorities say guards searching the equipment Wednesday at McCormick Correctional Institute discovered the secret panel with the $60,000 stash of contraband. Folks, somebody is pretty pissed off right now. Whoever the shot caller up inside that prison is, or whoever was getting that stash, investing whatever money was necessary to be able to get that, oh, they mad. Heads is gonna roll for sure. Somebody's gonna get poked up, and most certainly, somebody told some. None of the banned items made it to the inmates, but could you imagine if they did? That Super Bowl party they was planning, that joint was about to be super lit. And when I say lit, I'm talking like the cannabis sticks that they were going to be smoking with all those pounds of the devil's lettuce. In all, prison guards found 32 smartphones, 27 pounds of tobacco, 5 pounds of marijuana, 33 chargers, 31 USB plugs, and 17 sets of Bluetooth earbuds, 47 lighters, and a half-gallon of liquor, and other assorted items. It almost sounds like the 21 Days of Christmas. I don't know what the name of that song is right there. 32 smartphones, 27 pounds of tobacco, and 5 pounds of devil's lettuce. Folks, this story was posted Friday, just a mere 2 days prior to the Super Bowl. There were a lot of bitter beer faces sitting around them TVs at McCormick Correctional Institute down there in South Carolina, knowing that they just made national news, and these guards are being looked at as some Doogie Howsers or some super troopers. Doogie Howser was a doctor. Can you imagine the picture them guards were taking in front of that $60,000 contraband sting? How did they find out about this? Somebody told it. Folks, this next story comes to us from Concord, Massachusetts. It was posted just Monday morning, meaning that it probably took place over this past weekend, maybe Sunday, right prior to the Super Bowl. And the headline of this story says, a woman with her kids smuggled drugs into a prison. Didn't say she tried to, folks. She made it up inside those prison grounds. Beyond the razor wire fences and the brick walls, she was on the inside with her children when she got caught. A woman visiting a Massachusetts prison with 2 young children was caught trying to smuggle drugs into the facility over the weekend, prison officials said. The package of 8 Suboxone strips was found in possession of an inmate who had received them from a visitor in the visiting area at MCI Concord at about 2:30 p.m. Saturday, just a mere 28 hours prior to the Super Bowl. How did they get caught? They found these drugs on the prisoner. So, this was either found on him during the strip search as he was leaving from the visiting area. They were either watching them on the camera, watching this transaction take place with these 8 Suboxone strips. Where were these Suboxone strips hidden at? If I find out they was up inside the diaper bag or up inside the Pampers of the babies, I've heard of that type of stuff happening. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. The visitor was interviewed by state police because the woman had 2 children with her. She was not arrested, but will be summoned to court. Boy, they spared her right there. Had she not had them kids is like a shield. Had she not had them kids, her ass would have been going straight to jail. And I can all but guarantee you one thing, when she goes to court for this, she probably gonna have to do a little bit of time. They do not take smuggling drugs up inside of a jail or prison lightly at all. The woman's car was towed from the prison lot because state police determined it had the wrong plates attached to this. This chick was riding all sorts of dirty. Anything to visit her man, though, and anything for her man while he locked up. We done stole some tags to put on this hoop-de-whip. Threw the kids up in the back seat, maybe not even no car seats. But we most certainly got them kids strapped up with them Suboxones. I don't necessarily know that that's exactly how this went, but it is a possibility. They towed the car, and then the visitor and the children had to get a ride from relatives. Suboxone is used to treat heroin addiction and can be misused to get high. It can sell for as much as $200 per strip in prison. You know, back when I was serving time, and this was many moons ago, it's crazy to think that it's been like 5 years. 2015 is when I got released. It's 2020 now. In October of 2020, it'll have been 5 years that I've been released from prison. Prison is almost becoming like a fleeting thought in my mind. It's been that long ago. But I remember, even 5 years ago, way back then, these Suboxones, these was a big hit up inside of the prisons. And it's crazy to think that they still are. Folks, there's one final story that I want to share with you guys. It's not much of a story, but if a picture is worth 1,000 words, well, folks, we're going to try to use all 1,000 of those to describe what I'm getting ready to share with you. Now, this story doesn't take place at a prison, it takes place at a jail with a headline that says, Super Bowl party busted. Prison wine confiscated before big game. In all three of these stories that we've talked about in this video, I can all but guarantee you the Super Bowl was just one that wasn't all that good. Because of the good work of the guards and the informants, the snitches, whoever's watching the CCTV cameras. However these people got caught, it was because of the fact that that these Super Bowls was just not that good. You know, it's not ever good to be locked up, but there's certain things that make things like the Super Bowl better. Having some good food, making a little swole, or mealing up with your homeboys. Maybe being able to purchase you a cup of mash, or maybe a Suboxone strip if that's your fancy. But in all of these cases, most certainly seems like the guards was on it. They should have had a name for this operation. This should have been called Operation Shut Garoppolo Down, and also the Pruno as well. Operation Thanks, you good Samaritan snitching prisoners, whoever tipped us off to these major scores. And folks, in this final story, this was a big score right here. This took place in a jail, I think, not a prison, but it says Super Bowl party busted, prison wine confiscated before big game. This happened in Alameda County, Alameda County, California. However you pronounce that. Inmates will go without prison-made libations for the Super Bowl. Why you gotta use that 7-letter word? I'm challenging that all day on the Scrabble board. I don't know what the liberation. Should have said prisoners are gonna go without the mash, the pruno, and all sorts of the goodies during the big game. Alameda County deputies confiscated several bags of illicit alcohol inmates made from fruit and fruit juice Saturday. There will be no Super Bowl party at the Santa Rita jail tomorrow. So this happened on the Saturday leading up to the Super Bowl Sunday. Alameda County Sheriff's Office said on social media with an image of dozens of bags of decomposing fruit. Good work by our team on duty today. Do you think that this was just a random major score for the guards, or do you think that they were previously tipped off? I'm going to say this could go either way, just like how that game should have went, except it didn't, and Kansas City won. Folks, when they say they found several bags, they weren't lying. They was being a bit modest. Let's go ahead and look at this picture right here that they posted on their Instagram account. And I'm going to be honest with you folks, almost as impressive as this picture that we're seeing is the fact that the Alameda County Sheriff's Office has almost 7,000 followers. They almost some social media influencers. And they're verified, well, they're the Sheriff's Office. At the time of this post, it had 1,115 likes, and it says, illegally made jailhouse alcohol from fruit and juice. There will be no Super Bowl party at Santa Rita Jail tomorrow. Good work by our team on duty today. Folks, there's also the high likelihood of possibilities. The high likelihood and possibility that they on lockdown. But there's also the probability that they're not. Because let's just look at this picture. My God, it looks like they took out the trash in a major way. Look at all this stuff that they got. Look at that entire bag of oranges and peaches. And what the hell is that green stuff right there? What, they was making smoothies up in there? Was somebody vegan? And every one of these guards in this picture got their blue frisky feelers on. Well, not every one of them, but a couple of them still got the blue frisky feelers on. And they is all smiles. I'm putting all y'all in for a promotion. Good work. Good work, fellas. I wonder who's getting an extra hot dog tray because of this bust. So let's just say, hypothetically, folks, when they go through and they did this shakedown, 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 shakedown. Everybody's freaking out because they know they got this much damn contraband they ain't trying to get caught with. Let's say they've got this contraband or these bags hidden in like a trash can in a common area. Nobody's going to get in trouble for it. If they find it, they find it. Can't say that it's mine, can't say that it's yours. So you know what the next thing they do is? The next thing they do is they threaten to lock down the entire housing unit, dorm, cell block, whatever. Y'all ain't watching Patrick Mahomes and them Chiefs take down the #1 defense on Sunday night. Shit me! Hey, it was Billy Bob down there. Billy Bob, the expert pruno maker. Dude thinks he's on that TV show, Moonshiners. Shit me, you better take Billy Bob and the rest of them dudes down there. In fact, it's the entire bottom tier. I'm not missing them Super Bowl commercials. Better yet, little FYI, more important or just as important as the big game is inside of a jail or prison is the halftime show. Shakira and J-Lo, folks, ain't nobody missing that. You could hear a pin drop in there. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, shut up! Shakira's on! And them hips don't lie. Don't be dropping no pins back there. Who got next in the back shower? J-Lo is still Jenny from the block. Folks, I wanted to share these 3 stories with you guys. All 3 of these stories probably involve somebody telling it, probably eating pretty good today with that extra hot dog tray. And all involve people getting in trouble, trying to make their time just a little better with the wrong thing, AKA the contraband. If you're locked up and you want to indulge in the illegal activities, it's a risk that you're going to take. And in certain cases, like at this jail, when they got everything, it don't look like these guards missed nothing. If you get caught, you're going to pay the price. And you know, I'll leave you with a question. Just like if they found all of this in a common area and threatened that nobody was going to watch the Super Bowl unless somebody owned up to it, and somebody else yelled out, yo, because you guaranteed to have somebody or a couple of people, hey, y'all better tell them that was yours wine. Is that snitching? Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about it. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!